that are okay. And real quick, we do have some breaking news. Patrick Mahomes reworked his deal to get paid $210 million over the next 4 years. So that means he took a pay cut to make sure that they can keep signing players. So, he got a player friendly deal and everything like that, but he got a lot of advertisements as well, too. So he doesn't have to really worry about the money so much. You know what I mean? Because he has all those sponsorships and all those investments that are going on and everything like that. So pretty much with that, that's going to be the update on Patrick Mahomes and his money. But let's get back to baseball. We got a great pennant race going on right now. Very close as well too. The National League final spot for the wild card just gets intense, more intense every weekend. It's crazy. It's so crazy because now the Cubbies find themselves as the team that could possibly miss the playoffs now. They're still in the wild card spot, but they are in a deadlock with Miami right now, and they own the tiebreaker. But the biggest problem with the Cubbies right now is the Cubbies have went back to their losing ways of the first 2 months of the season and have actually lost the last 8 out of 10 games. That's crucial because this team had a 3-game lead over the next team for the second wild card spot. Now they're sitting here in a deadlock with Miami, and they're only a half a game ahead of Cincinnati. And best behold, they have San Francisco on their tail as well too, who are only 2 games behind. So this is a really, really murky situation. And by getting swept this weekend by Arizona, Arizona finds themselves a half a game ahead with the second wild card spot. And guess where Arizona was at 2 weeks ago? Arizona was behind Cincinnati a few weeks ago, but they've put it together to the point to where when it comes down to winning the important games, the playoff type atmosphere games, they've taken care of their business. And I've told you guys that I really feel that Arizona is the team that you have to watch out for because they're young, dumb, and full of run. Because I'm telling you, they really don't understand how good they are this year. They are just going with the flow of things. And when you're chasing the Dodgers, it makes you that much better because you know that you're trying to get to a certain standard, which is on the level of consistent winning, just like that team. So they've pretty much copycatted the ways of winning for their team from the Dodgers, in my opinion. And that's why they've been able to do so well when it's time to turn it on. And that's absolutely incredible. But that's what we're dealing with right now. The Phillies are in good position right now with the number one wild card spot, but they're still 3.5 games ahead, and they're only 3 games ahead of Arizona. So who's the team who can't afford to lose at this point right now? I would say San Francisco. They've won their last 6 out of 10. They should be able to make some moves, but we'll see. Cincinnati, even in their last 10, they're 5 of 5. I think Cincinnati knows that they got ahead of themselves a little bit this year. They had a nice little boost when Delhi came up to boost up the anticipation for the next big Reds dynasty. They're thinking. I don't think that that's going to probably happen, but I think that it will wind up being a very good long-term situation for this team when it comes to winning the division and getting into the playoffs for the next 3 or 4 years. But right now, it's probably a little bit too early for them. And this could be some motivation going into next year to just go ahead and win the whole division because they know now that they're playing in one of the more wide open divisions and they have the best future out of the group as well, too. But the Dodgers, 5 games behind Atlanta right now for the top spot. Dodgers aren't too worried about that. You have Milwaukee, who's well ahead of the competition now. Milwaukee's not in the position that they were a month or so ago where they were only a half a game up or a game and a half up. They were able to turn away every single team but the Cubs, but the Cubs have played so bad lately, losing their last 5 in a row, that they've been able to stay ahead. They're 6.5 games ahead. It's going to be tough to catch the Brewers. The Brewers are right where they want to be. And you know what? They're sitting comfy at that third playoff spot, but they would have to deal with this team that gets in late. And will it be the Cubs? Will it be Miami? Will it be the Reds? Or will it be the Giants? They got a bunch of different options, but Milwaukee, to me, out the top three teams, they do loom the danger because they might have some of the best pitching in the group, if not the best pitching in the group, other than the studs that you have in Atlanta. And you know the Dodgers situation, they're dealing with injuries right now, but the Dodgers have an army of pitchers, so that's why they're still winning divisions and things like that. Now, let's talk about the American League a little bit. The American League is going the way that it pretty much is supposed to go, but we still have ourselves a race for the final spot between the Rangers and the Mariners. Now, you guys know on Friday, the Mariners were still in the playoffs. By Monday, they're a game out. The Rangers, big weekend this weekend, wound up dropping the ball. They got swept this weekend, but winning those 4 in a row were very helpful. Mariners losing 2 out of 3 wasn't helpful for them. So now they find themselves out of the playoff mix. Okay, we have Toronto back in the playoff mix. They're a half a game ahead of Texas. So this is a 3-way situation going on. And pretty much Seattle can jump back in, and Texas can still stick around as well too. But it's tough right now. These teams are separated by 1 game. And really, it's going to come down to the final week. But it's not good for Texas when they go and win 4 in a row, then lose 3 in a row. It's kind of been their second half of the season in a sense as well too. And we all know that it's going to be very sad that this team literally played themselves up to the first place spot the whole year and lost that lead to both Seattle. Then Seattle loses the lead to Houston, and Houston looks like they possibly will hold on. But Houston's only themselves 2 games ahead of the Rangers and 3 games ahead of the Mariners. So this is a tricky division that's going to get settled at the end of the month. So, man, it's exciting in baseball right now. We got a lot of good things going on with baseball right now. You saw the Orioles just got themselves back into the playoffs as well too. I told you guys exactly what the deal was with the Orioles early in the season. Now they've went ahead and they've went above and beyond even my expectations, and they're en route to possibly win this division as well too. They own the season series record over the Rays, who are also in the playoffs as well too. And this is absolutely incredible for 2 teams that they saw as middling more than the leaders of the house than, at the beginning of the year. I thought that they were 3rd and 4th, to be honest with you. And I thought 4 teams possibly get in from the division. But they've really went ahead and not worried about the Yankees. They haven't worried about the Red Sox or the Blue Jays. Toughest division in baseball, and it keeps just getting better and better by the week. But these 2 teams have really shined, and they've really played up to the standard of the division as well too. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into some games. We got some good baseball games to talk about. And up first, we have ourselves the Twins and the Reds. This is going to be a good one between 2 teams vying for playoff spots. As I already said, the Twins are in good shape. They've been able to